What is it?
Hello, welcome to the Essential Gamer. You're watching What Is It with me, Lee, and what it is Olli Olli World, the newest entry into the Olli Olli dynasty. New stuff. So this is developed by Roll7, the developer of the previous Olli Olli titles, but published by Private Division, who I need to thank for giving us this review code. And Olli Olli World is more Olli Olli skateboarding. So if you don't know anything about it, it's a part puzzler, part skateboarding adventure game. So this time we are treated to the land of Radlandia, a skateboarding utopia where everyone aims to be mates with the skateboarding gods, including the skate wizard, who is the direct contact point between Nirvana, where all the skate gods live. Basically, everyone really likes skateboarding, and you can create whoever you like to be the next skate wizard. So that's quite nice, you wizard you. So you and your abomination will travel around Radlandia with a ragtag crew of people all looking for the next skate wizard as they warble and talk a lot in story-based moments. The best part about all the talking and the warbling is the fact that you completely can ignore it and just get on with the skateboarding, which is what we're all here for. And the skateboarding itself, it's not too bad. I mean, I'm terrible at it, but it's not something like Tony Hawk's where you just sort of button mash. There's a little bit of panache to it, but all the tricks are on the left analog stick and the right analog stick. So grabs are on the right, flicks and tricks are on the left. And it becomes kind of intuitive after a while, but at first this goes against everything that you've been taught by Tony Hawk's or Skate or Skater XL or any other skateboarding game that you've ever played, because it's on this sort of 2D side-scrolling plane that you have to try and get to grips with all of these different things. Olli Olli World is good at slowly drip-feeding you all the skills that you need to be a skate god on their way to Nirvana. But I would argue at times that you just kind of want to get on with it. So it's basically poised that the story takes you to 5 different districts that have a skate god each that presides over said district, and you have to learn a new skill which is beholden to that area. So the first area could be grinds, let's say. The next one, it'll be something like wall riding, and then it'll be grabs and flicks, and then it'll be, doing 360s and all the rest of it until you're a full-blown Tony Hawk's wannabe with a green face. It's not bad. It takes a while to get used to it, but after you get used to the control system in Olli Olli World, you will become the skate master that everyone knew you could be, and you'll meet some interesting characters along the way, like, I don't know, the bird guy was quite interesting, or the girl with the ice creams on her head. It's a nice little story. As far as the actual gameplay goes, there's a lot of variety in the courses themselves. So you have these districts, and each district has about 10 to 15 courses, some of which are optional, you don't have to do, they're more like side quests. But you have to complete these to move on to the next section, and therefore learn more stuff. The best part of all of this is, as I say, the variety in all of the courses themselves. They don't feel samey, although your inability to pull off different tricks may make you feel like you're just doing the same thing over and over again, so it can get a little bit annoying. During these courses you will meet more and more faces and more people, and even a fish in a box, like that Zoltan thing out of Big with Tom Hanks. Do you remember that? Well, yeah, there's a fish that basically makes you have to do half-pipe grinds in a time limit. There's a lot of variety in what it makes you do, which is good, and the way that it's presented in this sort of quasi 3D state, Olli Olli World really does perform really well at speed. It even warns you at the beginning of the game that it is a fast game, and they're not lying. Things pick up, the pace does really move as far as screen speed goes. But I constantly felt like I was having my hand held in the way that it was drip feeding me the moves. I understand what the point of it was, because obviously I need to learn all these different facets of skateboarding so that I can go on to what would probably be the last level, the Nirvana, where I have to prove myself to all of the gods and become a skate wizard and all of this sort of stuff. So I'm going to need all of these skills, but what I wanted was the opportunity to just find them out straight away. I ended up button mashing halfway through, and I found all the skills are available straight away even if you haven't been taught them, which is great. And as you're travelling around all these different locations and doing all this different stuff, it's good to practice with these skills either way. I just kind of wanted to have it out in the open straight away. Like, this is all the moves, now go and do the courses in whichever fashion you feel is correct. It's not a bad way of doing it, don't get me wrong, but I did end up kind of ignoring all of the story. I just hammered circle, didn't want to listen to any of the yakking, don't care about the story, let me skate, I can get on with it. If you want to sit there and listen to all the stories and all of the reasons behind the this and the that, you can do that as well, that's perfectly fine. It will break up the monotony of dying over and over again, which you will do. You will fail continuously in Olli Olli World, because it wants you to. It wants you to continuously cock up to the point where you're going to lob your controller across the room, maybe out the window, even ride it down a rail of your own as a makeshift skateboard. Resist the temptation to destroy everything, because you will eventually reach a point of enlightenment, like the story suggests, where you can play the game to a competitive level and actually have fun putting together these huge, high-scoring rides. Very, very good fun. So I say there is a world available. You've got 5 different areas, each representing a different skill that you will be taught, and there's lots of different customization and things like that. As you go along, you'll unlock different clothes, different equipment, different boards, shoes, helmets, faces, beards. Whatever you can think of, you will probably unlock it during your travels in Olli Olli World. I quite like the fact that you can literally make whatever you want. Want a guy with a tash wearing, non-binary wear, doesn't really identify as anything, you can make that. You want a guy with a beard with some jazzy pants, you can make that too. It's all there for you. You have the full Trictionary available, which of course is available from the very beginning of the game. It just doesn't tell you. So unless you actually go into the Trictionary and have a look at how to do all these things, you'll just be working it out for yourself, which is fine. Either way is good. Olli Olli World holds your hand in one respect, in that it doesn't want you to do these things just yet, do it at this pace. But if you want to say, nah, shut the fuck up, I want to get on and do what I'm doing, you can go to the Trictionary, look at how to do a certain trick, and away you go. And further on from that, as you meet each of the skate gods in each of the area, they will give you a mastery, which gives you rewards like clothes and emotes and all this sort of stuff for you to work through as you're going. And you'll even have your friends with the game appearing on the loading screens. I mean, it's quite the complete package as far as an Olli Olli skateboarding game goes. This sort of puzzle skateboarding, endless runner type affair that Olli Olli has now perfected has really come through in this game. It's something that's unlike any other skateboarding game that I've ever played, where you can sort of play Tony Hawk's at your own pace. You can play Skater XL like it's real skateboarding if you want to. Olli Olli is far more determined to make you move at speed and learn tricks and reaction speeds on the fly, very much so. It wants you to do this so that you feel like you're accomplishing something. You feel like the Tony Hawk's master who is going to go to the skate gods in Nirvana with a... I mean, Nirvana is a terrible way of saying it, but you get the idea. So yes, Olli Olli World is a very competent skateboarding puzzle adventure game. If that's your kind of thing, I would definitely say go and check it out if you like a bit of ollieing or nollying. Jesus Christ, you hear the wind. It's so windy. Storm Eunice is currently hitting the studio, so I'm hunkered down outside, trying not to get blown away like a terrible Wizard of Oz extra. But yeah, back to Olli Olli World. It's good. I mean, it won't blow you away quite like this Storm will, but I think if you like skateboarding, if you like the sort of endless runner type games, you will have a lot of entertainment to come from Olli Olli World. It's very nicely animated. The soundtrack is exemplary. It's almost perfect for what you're getting here. It's a really enjoyable package as far as a puzzle skateboarding adventure game goes. So there you go. As always, if this video has been any good to you, please like and subscribe. If you want to see more of this, do the little notification bell and you'll see whenever we upload new videos. If it was no good to you, tell me why. Leave me a dislike, write it in the comments. I will offer myself to the skate gods in Nirvana, and maybe they will 50-50 backslide some sense into my head. Or maybe they won't, who knows. Until next time, goodbye.